and welcome back to Empkin Gardening. Today was a very exciting day because it was our first plant haul of 2022 and we are so excited to show you all of the beautiful things that we picked up. We have so many projects that we have in mind for all of these. We just wanted to go through each type of flower that we got and kind of give you a rundown on what we picked up. So let's start over here. Okay, so we have these beautiful geraniums. This is a coral geranium, and these are annuals for us in our area, but they have these beautiful variegated leaf structure. It just adds a little bit more interest to the flower, even though the blooms are beautiful enough. These ones will need to be deadheaded, so that's really the only maintenance that you guys would have to do with geraniums, but they're so beautiful. So we have a selection of those. We have a type of grass. We actually don't know what type of grass this is, but it's really, it is kind of sharp and pointy. So definitely not like one that you want to like feel graciously with, but it provides a lot of structure for the project that we needed grass for, so that's why we got it. And then right down here we have a selection of columbine, and this is a winky blue-white columbine. They come up with these beautiful dainty flowers at the top. And right next to it is a Queen of Hearts Brunnera, and I love Brunnera. It's one of my favorite shade loving perennials. This is a perennial. It puts up these beautiful blue bloom spikes, and they are beautiful, but I actually love the plant just for their foliage. So the foliage on the Brunnera is like this icy like green with dark variegation, and it feels really soft as well. Oftentimes gardeners feel like you can't have a lot of color in a shade garden, and we actually love gardening in shady areas because there's so many different colors and textures that you can put inside of a shady area to make it really beautiful and interesting, and Brunnera is one of those examples. So if we pop up here, we can go on to the annual. Okay, so on this table we have an assortment of the annuals that we picked up, and just for clarification, the annuals that you get or grow will only last that one season. They are fierce growers, and they will use the whole season to just produce bloom after bloom after bloom after bloom, the workhorses. But they won't come back the next year, whereas the perennials that you get, those do come back every year, but they typically only bloom for a certain part of the season. So either they're early spring bloomers or summer bloomers or late summer, early fall bloomers. So it's nice to have a variety of perennials and annuals in your garden so that you can have color throughout the season. So back to our annual table, we have a variety of supertunias from Proven Winners, and a lot of these are actually vistas, and if you get a supertunia vista, they get very, very big. So I can go through some of these names. These pinks up here are bubblegums. Then we have snowdrift. We have silverberry. It's kind of a silvery, you can see it compared to the snowdrift, more of a silvery color with like a pink throat. We have one of our absolute all-time favorites, Bordeaux. It is not a vista, but it performs like a vista. It gets very large. With all of these supertunias have a mounding habit, and they get really large. And then we have fuchsia, Vista fuchsia. And then then this is a new one for this year. It's called Jazzberry. And we have a fun little project planned for these. So next is our Super Bells. So they have a smaller bloom than the Super Tunias, and you can see it right here, even just comparing the Super Bell with the Super Tunia. These blooms are much larger than the Super Bells. The Super Bells still get pretty big, not nearly as big as the Super Tunias, and they prefer to dry out in between waterings, so that's also a difference between the Super Tunia and the Super Bells. So starting up at the top, we have yellow chiffon, and then we have a lemon slice. We have an amber, which is like a double bloom. A beautiful rust color orange. We have dreamsicle. It's a yellow throat on the inside. We have Over Easy, which is a fun little one. It looks kind of like an Over Easy egg. And we have a Tangerine Punch. Just has a little bit more interesting with the dark red and then yellow throat. And then one of our favorites too is called Priscilla. It's like a double bloom with variegated purple. So those are the Super Bells that we got. So up next is our Lobularia, and we are doing a fun project with our Lobularia this year because in the past we've used Super Tunias for this particular project, and Super Tunias get budworm in our area, and it's something that you do have to treat, so you have to spray them every week, and we can go through all of that when we do our planting stuff, and it's really easy. You just spray them with BT, and it's fine. But the Lobularia does not suffer from that. So it also gets very big. It has a mounding habit. It gets very large, but it just doesn't suffer from any of the insect things. So we're going to try that out this year for this particular project and see how it goes. So we have Snow Princess and White Knight. They look very similar, but they do have slightly different colors when they start going. One does come out in a little bit more pink than the other. And then right here we have Violet Knight. These also have a wonderful fragrance to them. So moving over, we have our Super Beanas, and they're a fun annual because you can use them in a bunch of different kind of settings. They do great in the landscape, they do great in containers, they have a mounding habit, but they can also trail over. So we have a selection here. We have Whiteout, and these ones actually get covered. This is a better picture with the tag. Covered with these pure white blooms everywhere. We also have Peachy Keen, which is one of our favorites. If you pop over, we have Stormburst. I love the patterned look of this one. And then moving up, we have Sparkling Amethyst. It's like a tri-color light to dark purple. On the very far side, we have more of our tropical annuals. So we do have some Potato Vine. And this is a Midnight Lace. Potato vines are great because they are our trailers for a lot of different hanging baskets, and they come in a lot of different shapes and sizes and colors, and they're a great necessity to add. Right here we have some begonias. We have two different kinds of begonias. We have a yellow and we have an orange. It's going to be a centerpiece for something. We have toucan cannas, which get big. They have these very tropical looking flowers that will come out on a stalk, and they do get pretty big though, so those are going to go in the landscape. And then we have some lemon coral sedum, and this is just such an amazing plant because you can put it in full sun, you can put it in shade, and you still get the same type of vigorous growth that it does. It's not bothered by anything. It mounds really beautifully. It's soft and fun to feel. Great for kids. So this is like an asset, I think, in our garden. And then if you just pull forward, we have a line of variegated ivy that's also going to be in a basket type setting. And a lot of the times ivy will be perennials for our gardens. You just have to check the zone and see if that particular ivy would be a perennial or act as an annual. So over here we have Storm Cloud. It's a new perennial from Proven Winners. They have these long grassy stalks, dark, really nice dark stems, provides a lot of interest. And then on top it has these beautiful light blue star-shaped blooms that come out. So we're really excited about adding this type of texture in our garden, much more airy and fairy-like. And then of course we couldn't help ourselves and we got another hydrangea. So this is a bobo. It gets significantly smaller than the ones that we have, the limelight and the blush. The bobo only gets, let's see, 2.5 feet tall by 3 feet wide. So it's going to be not very large, which is going to be great. It comes out with nice white blooms and then turns into there's a good picture here, the hot pink in the fall. And right here we have a peach crisp heuchera. And as you can see, the blooms have faded from this plant, which is okay. We'll just prune those back, and we actually prefer, or the reason why we get heucherellas and coral bells is actually for the foliage texture. So this plant like really popped out to us, and it just had a vibrant peachy red color, and when the sun hits it, it almost like illuminated itself. It was beautiful. And then right behind it we have catmint, cat's pajamas. Oh, sorry, nepeta. Cat's pajamas nepeta. And this is such a wonderful pollinating, attracting plant. We have honeybees have already come, bumblebees have already come, and it can be drought tolerant just like your salvias and your Russian sages. It's a perfect mix to go along with that. And it just blooms non-stop when it starts. So it's a wonderful, wonderful pollinating plant. And then if you pop up, this one also caught our eye today. We have 2 other bleeding hearts in our garden. We have, just a regular green and pink one, and then we actually have a white bleeding heart, but the colors of this one, the yellow foliage colors, really popped out to us again because bleeding hearts can go in a shade area, part shade area. Having just a pop of foliage color is wonderful when it's not in bloom. It just really stands out, it brightens up that spot, and we were really attracted to it, so we had to get one. You guys, we just couldn't help ourselves. And then right behind it is some yarrow. Again, it's a really like summery color. Yarrow is perfect for cut arrangements because they grow on these really tall, long stems that you can cut, so they're perfect for cut arrangements. They look beautiful when they're dried. Another really great pollinator. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that this was super inspirational for you guys. We are ecstatic to see color and blooms and just the promise of what spring and summer is going to be. So we have a lot of fun projects planned to show you, and so we hope that you stick around and see what becomes of all of this. And if you liked this video, go ahead and comment, give us a like, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!